Legit though, I think that was a coyote.
Hey, he's still running.
Yeah, I see him.
Should we chase him?
I don't know if we should.
Oh, he's coming this way.
Yeah, just make sure you don't hit him.
He's walking on the side of the road. Oh, he's gone. Looks like a German Shepherd. No. Definitely not. Chase it up.
Dude, watch out. I don't want you to hit him. And if we see a collar, then we might stop. Because it could be someone's dog. Because that happens a lot in our neighborhood. But real talk though.
He thinks I'm chasing him.
Yeah, I know.
So, yeah.
But we're not. So just don't go super fast.
I know.
Dude, I feel bad. Initially I was gonna say. Yeah.
You see collar? Doesn't look like it though.
No. The tail definitely looks like it might not be a coyote, it might be a wolf. I doubt it. Coyote's more likely. But
off the adventure, you're already excited.
Yep. Right. Do you know if Doug's is still open?
I don't think so. At least not. They take that like Christmas break. Or
yeah. I was hoping it wasn't happening just yet.
Well, Cheryl Huang goes to Korea. Let's squeeze in here, buddy.
Oh. You say it's do or die?
I said this is how we die.
That's not something I want to hear right now.
Yeah, I probably should have won.
No, you shouldn't have.
That guy got through, and I could have run.
I don't know how he got there. He got lucky. That's what he got. The speeds that people drive vary so much. Whoa! Oh, you got the salt stuck down.
Yeah. I mean, it's like, if you ever look up, it looks tacky, but
Alright.
that was a good one. But no, yeah, it's been like coming down the top of my head like forever. And it's
Hear the music? Oh.
That's kind of
For some reason, I was thinking like a
American. Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought that too at first.
revolving car bros. Nicholas! No!
cheddar persimmon.
Good.
Sweet peppers. Yeah, big beef, mozzarella.
I'm pretty sure I did not hear him call out my fries. We will see if I end up getting it or not. I'm gonna be salty if I don't, because I paid for it. You almost That would have been hilarious if you knocked it all up. Well, it would have sucked, but it would have been pretty funny too. Is that your favorite thing to get here?
Yeah.
Have you ever had a hot dog here?
Oh, yeah, I used to eat them all the time.
I have not, surprisingly.
I like Friday nights, I would be with my grandparents. We get like food here.
It worked. All right. I didn't think it was going to stay, but it did. I keep ramming my knee into the post. I gotta like. There we go. Okay. Dude, tell me how this does not look so good. Come on.
That looks pretty good.
I mean, that looks good too. I would choose a different cheese personally.
Oh, mozzarella.
I mean, I'm not saying mozzarella is bad, by no means. I love mozzarella sticks, and I may sound dumb, but I'm pretty sure that they're filled with mozzarella cheese. So, it's all kind of. You're really kind of jippy on those. Did you have any yet?
I had like one. Yeah, I shouldn't have said dry. I just should have said nothing because I feel like dry is like, they made it like bone dry, which I mean, it's kind of my own fault, but.
There's no one to blame but yourself. Okay, so, season 1 of Walking Dead, Telltale, not the show. How did you, I guess, go about making your decisions in that one? Was it more of a personal choice, or were you thinking about how it would affect it later on? Like, were you actually playing how you would have reacted yourself in that situation, or were you trying to like play the system, kind of, so to speak?
No, when I first played through, my first thought was, you know, how I would do, like what I felt was right.
Yeah.
It was only on my other playthroughs that after I knew what would happen,
That
I would go back.
Experiments with it?
It's just definitely the way to play the game, if, you know.
So how did you like the first season? Just in general.
I mean, it was really good. It was like basically a basic story for the seasons to come, and now season 3 is here. It felt like it took forever, but
yeah. Especially with 400 Days and the Michonne story.
Yeah, and then they got that Batman come in and like 8
Game
episodes of
Thrones.
Minecraft. Game of Thrones was, I think, even before season 2, but
oh yeah,
Minecraft, 8 episodes? Like, man, could they drag that out forever?
Yeah. So in season 1, what were some of the major decisions that, when you made it in your original playthrough, that you like stuck with for later playthroughs? Not like every decision, I'm talking like major ones. Like who lives and who dies, and whether you were with or against Kenny, I guess, because that was one of the main decisions towards the end, is whether or not you, like, he trusted you or.
Well, no, it's weird because I feel like early on in episode 2, like the game changer decision was killing Larry or not, because every time after that, it was always like he like looked at you as like an asshole, or like, you know, just someone he couldn't like trust. But if you like, you know, went through and like, you know, had to off Larry, he trusted you and like kept you close.
Yeah.
So like, I don't know, I just felt like that was the major decision for later on, especially like when, you know, you're bit and you have to go look for Clementine. That's like one of the decisions where he's like, you know, either he's with you or he's not.
Yeah. Did you show people your bite?
My very first playthrough, I did not. I was scared.
What, you thought they were gonna like shoot you on the spot?
No, but I thought everyone would leave me.
That would have been sad, dude.
Right?
It's like, there's nothing we can do for you now.
I thought they would go on the boat and just leave me to find Clementine alone. I was like, no. So yeah, my first playthrough was me and Kenny, so I didn't show my bite.
I do wish whether or not you cut the arm off actually had a bigger impact.
Yeah, I feel that was definitely at the moment, like, I don't know if this is gonna like prolong it or not. Like, so I cut off my arm just to find out that it didn't really do a whole lot. It kind of like did a lot for the episode, but overall, not that much.
Like to the point where right now you could either have him alive or not.
Yeah.
That would have been a lot of programming.
I still wanted
make it that way.
I still wanted if you left them to turn that they would do something like you come back and you see this like zombie handcuffed to the friggin' radiator or whatever that was.
Maybe we'll see him later on.
Yeah, what if
sometime.
season 3 Javier finds that? Oh my god, that'd be a crazy Easter egg. Or since in my playthrough I shot him. Oh, yeah. I mean, I don't know what you'll find.
Oh. I don't want to say because I don't want to jinx it, but what if season 3, like the climactic part of it, and I know that you were talking about this with Colby, that you guys have a sneaking suspicion that Clementine might die. What if she's bitten by Lee?
Oh god. But isn't... Yeah, but then there's a huge suspicion that like when she took that shot, you heard like a sigh of like... I don't know what I was going to say.
I know,
relief.
I was thinking that too. I thought it
well,
was...
you heard that like... That
like a raspy breath. I thought it was
sounded exactly like Lee. Like... I mean, I can't confirm it, obviously, but it sounded just like him.
Either that, or it was her sighing with relief at the time, and still, I want to hope that it was him, and that he has some chance of being alive, but it was looking pretty grim.
I personally think Lee is, like, gone. Whether he comes back as a zombie or not, but, like, as a human, he's done, like... I mean, sadly, Lee was an incredible, powerful character.
Yeah. Lasting impact. Made a lot of people cry. Season 1, did you save Ben or did you let him fall? You let him fall, didn't you?
In my first playthrough, I dropped him. Well, it's one of those things that, like, I get in the moment of, like, I feel so bad looking back at it now, but, like, the way I saw it at the time that he was pretty much dead weight, and he even said it himself, he's like, just drop me, it's not worth it. And in those movies, like, you know, or in the movie, it's supposed to be like, no, I'll save you, but I was like, yeah, see ya.
Oh, my God.
And Clementine was really upset about me about that one, so,
I mean, either way, he goes in a really bad way. Because in that one, he falls
and he's impaled by a railing, or by a balcony guardrail.
Yeah, and he's paralyzed, so he can't necessarily. Well, I mean, I'm sure he still felt some of it, but he just was down there, just getting
like in shock. Yeah.
Yeah, he was just getting ripped apart down there, and he couldn't do anything about it. And then the other one, at least Kenny got to put him out of his misery. Dude, when Kenny stayed down there, I feel like out of the two endings, the one where you save Ben was much less realistic for him to come back.
Well, yeah, like where you have to lift Krista out of there and Kenny just runs off in that building.
Yeah, it's like very, that's really
very reasonable. He'd be able to make it out. With Ben, it's questionable he'd be able to push through a horde. Like, I mean, I don't know.
What about season 2?
That one, I feel like it was kind of conflicting decisions sometimes. Well, that's kind of a weird statement. I feel like a lot of those decisions are obviously conflicting.
Yeah. Season 1, Doug or Carly?
I said Carly. For the stupid reason and not like the real reason that a lot of people got.
You did it because she was a girl and you thought her and Lee could have
that was one of the reasons. The other reason is because she was good with the gun, you know, like.
Oh, yeah.
I've heard a lot of the reasons people let Doug live and killed Carly is because Carly was supposedly the only one at the time knew that Lee was a murderer. I don't want to say he's a murderer, but yeah, that he committed murder. No, but it was definitely a good choice as like episode 2 and 3 like kept going on. She proved to be a good character, and then episode 3, God.
That pissed me off.
Yeah, Lily had to be the biggest cock block in history.
Do you think she's coming back?
People have been talking about that because there was like a faceless figure that was supposedly the leader of the New Frontier, but he looked male. Now, it sounds like weird to say he looked male from just seeing like the lower half of his body. I mean, I could have no idea, but I was like, that could be Lily.
That'd be insane.
I'd just be like, oh hey, you remember me? Yeah. But then like, Clementine and her didn't have any beef. I mean, she's freaking 8 years old. How could you have beef with an 8-year-old? Well, then again, the main character is Javier, so like, I guess it's new impressions. I don't know. There's a lot to speculate and like.
I just hate how it seems at the end of both games, you're basically the only one left.
That's what I've noticed about like both seasons. Like near the end of like towards episode 5, like everyone dies. Like everyone.
Or leaves.
Yeah, right.
Like Bonnie and Mike.
Oh yeah. That was pretty upsetting. See, I feel like some people might not even know there was an option to shoot Mike as you were leaving, and I would understand that. Like if you shot Mike, then Arvo would shoot you. Okay, it makes sense. Like, you know, I mean, I wouldn't say an eye for an eye, but that's more or less the concept. But like, all I did was I called for help from Kenny and Jane, and then Arvo shot me, and I was like, dude, I was like, what? And even Bonnie ran over, and she's like, no, we can't leave her. Much like, we gotta go, and I was like, no.
Do you think they're gonna come into play next season, the three of them?
I don't know. I feel like they're gonna show the aftermath of what happened to like Kenny and Jane and all that, because from all the trailers and what I've seen, it's just like Clementine and Javier. And like that's pretty much the two main characters.
Making me nervous because there's no age.
AJ was supposedly in a flashback as like a toddler, so either A, I can hope he's in a safe place, and obviously you don't take your toddler on like your friggin' walker. Yeah, you just have him in that like hangover thing. Just AJ with dual wheel pistols. Like, I don't know. I can only hope AJ's alive, but I mean, kind of like Judith, you know, can only survive. I mean, 7 seasons. Maybe it'll be a flashback. Who knows? Definitely episode 1's gonna be a lot about Javier, from what I can tell.
Yeah. What do you think going forward, though?
The quote Telltale has been saying is that Clementine and Javier's fate are bound together. I guess we have to find out how. I think it obviously has something to do with the New Frontier. Also from the trailers, it sounds like maybe Clementine was a part of the New Frontier. She said that it was good people that turned bad, and she got out when the getting was good.
Yeah. I feel like Javier is going to kind of get into a skirmish with another group or something, and they're going to seem like assholes, and he's going to kill one of them, and then Clem's going to be there. He'll be like, you screwed up, asshole. But how do you think Jane and Kenny's stories are going to play out?
I don't know. I mean, both of them are determinate characters, so I can't imagine they're going to last
Explain what
long.
that is for people that don't know.
Basically, a determinate character means like kind of like how Nick was in episode 2. If any of you guys, well, I'll try to find a better example if you've never played any of the episodes. Like, a determinate character, let's just say like you have a chance to like save so and so, like now, but that means they could have died in that episode, but they did, and they're gonna survive on to another episode, but they become determinate, which means ultimately because you save them now, it doesn't mean they're safe later. If that makes sense.
If you've seen any of the Final Destination movies, it's kind of like that.
Yeah.
Basically, death has a plan and he's coming for your ass.
Yeah, even if you prolong it, it's determined that you will die. That's why it's called determinate. Kind of like how Nick and Alvin, like Nick and Alvin could have died in episode 2, but I prevented both of those. Well, I know, but then Alvin had a more heroic death in episode 3, but in episode 2, he was gunned down like a dog. It was kind of sad.
In the playthrough that I saw on PewDiePie's channel, he had no idea what was going on, and they were both just gunned down, and he was, whoa, whoa, like he didn't know how to handle it.
Well, yeah, I remember that, because if you said nothing, Kenny would just keep shooting. But,
Oh wait, was the Carver thing in episode 3?
it was in, where they had them lined up like that. That was episode 2.
No, in the lodge. That was episode 2, right? Or 3?
Yeah, 2.
Okay.
Well, yeah, because if you surrender, you go down there, and then he kills what's his face no matter what. Whatever, the one bald guy or that balding, the teacher, red shirt. He, like, irregardless, will always die. But yeah, I sought to find Kenny. I found him, but not Luke. Luke was kind of like MIA until episode 3. Yeah. But well, yeah, it was like, so that guy dies and they bring Elvin out there, and Kenny was like, what should I do? And I was like, yeah, definitely don't shoot at it, because I'm assuming he's not gonna land the shot, because, you know, I mean, I don't mean to like that critic, but it's a Telltale game. He's not gonna kill Carver. It's like done just like that. I guess that's kind of like predicting the outcome, like, instead of like saying what I feel, but that's more realistic, like holding a hostage, like having that shot. So I just said don't shoot, and then we surrendered. Then if you do that in episode 3, you're trying to escape the complex, and Elvin's there like beating all bloody from Carver, and his one last thing is he gets shot, but then he shoots some guy trying to get you and you escape. So a lot more heroic than just getting shot in the back of the head.
I do wish that they didn't have as many determining characters. I wish there was somewhere, if you chose whether or not to kill them, that decision stuck through much longer.
Yeah, kind of like.
But that's kind of the way the Telltale games work, I guess.
Kind of like leaving. I kind of left Sarah at the trailer park. I wasn't about to have that. Kind of realized my choice was correct when she was crying out for her dad that has been dead for an episode. I mean, I feel bad, but like,
She wasn't fit for that world.
yeah, she was just psychologically broken. Even if you brought her with you, she falls off that little like lodge or whatever. And again, she's like crying out for her dad. And don't get me wrong, I'm not like the perfect human, and I would be the perfect survivor. But like in a place like that, gotta know when to put him down.
Or let him go.
Yeah, let him go is a better way.
She was kind of the Ben of season 2, wasn't she? A little bit.
A little bit. They kind of talked about Nick being like the Ben, because Nick kind of always messed up. Then he had like a super sad, like, kind of like out of nowhere death. You just find him as a walker just stuck in a fence, like.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I flipped him and Luke for a second.
Yeah, Luke also had like a kind of like just out there death, like, because I also. I mean, I don't know, I'm not gonna like call out Telltale, but like I thought the season finale of season 2 was gonna be Kenny versus Luke, but then it was Kenny versus Jane, which was a little odd, but like, you know, whatever. My personal opinion, it would have been much better Kenny versus Luke, because that would actually be a tough call. Like I would pick Kenny over Jane any day, but Kenny over Luke, like Luke was like been like a really solid character during season 2, you know?
Yeah, and I mean, like, he's, even though Kenny's been with you longer,
Kenny's been also like. What? Anyway, as good as it can, or I don't know what the word I'm looking for is, like a helpful, supporting. That's probably not the best word. He's made some questionable.
Luke or Kenny?
I'm saying, yeah, Kenny's made some questionable choices, but
he's always been there for
Clem. Through thick and thin, he'll help you out if like.
Even if it means giving his life it seems for some people, especially Clem. I loved the callbacks that he gave, because if you think about it, he never finds out what happens to Lee.
Well, Clementine explains it.
Well, no, I know. I'm saying before that, like, he was going on not knowing what happened to anybody.
Yeah, he kind of went off on his own. Yeah. Well, Ben, like, yeah, also being the determinant, like,
yeah,
that's, you know, good example.
Carly and Doug too.
Yeah, they had that 400 Days Easter egg. I don't know if you saw that.
That was nasty.
Well, it's kind of funny that even if it's Doug or Carly, like whatever, like what's his face? I don't remember his name. Will pull up in the truck. He's like, "Oh, you down there with your girlfriend?" All right, you can wrap this up.
Yep.
Is that my receipt?
Yeah. It's good having lunch with you guys.
Spend lunchtime with group of gamers.
God, that's like 2012.
What are your expectations for season 3? Oh, Jesus.
I don't know, to be honest. Like, the trailers definitely show that we get to meet Jesus, which is super cool.
I know! Hype train.
Like I said, there's that faceless character that we just saw like the bottom half of is supposedly the new leader of the new frontier, which makes it sound like the new world order. I guess we'll find out.
Yeah.
Definitely sounds like Javier's story with Clementine, or like Javier's story featuring Clementine, but hopefully we get to play her, but I don't know, I guess we'll see. Because I don't know if you have or anyone has played Tales from Borderlands or even Game of Thrones, but Tales from Borderlands, you get to play as 2 different people like throughout the story. And Game of Thrones, you play as 4 different people, which is like pretty cool. Yeah, like just like on the TV show, there's like 20 different stories. In the game, there's like 4 different stories that at the end they all come like together, pretty much.
Good to know.
Yeah, definitely pretty good.
You shouldn't have to compromise. You shouldn't have to wait getting lots of data on one hand or getting the best network on the other. So join Verizon. You'll get all the data you need on America's #1 network at the right price. There are no surprise overviews when you choose safety mode. And you can carry over any data you don't use all next month. No ifs, ands, or buts. Because
Jesus, Grandma.
the best value on the best
turn
network.
signal.
Right now,
Yeah.
your family on a plan for only $40 per month per line.
Me too.
Yesterday was, especially the day that my car is just not working at all, and we have to like put in a new battery. It's like negative 15 wind chills. That's fun.
America. We're home.
Do episode 2 tomorrow. Is that, away. Watch.
Dude, I cannot wait to cosplay as Negan. You have no idea. Alright, well, Logan is playing the start to the newest season of Walking Dead Telltale. Like the Walking Dead Telltale game. And he will be having a Let's Play of it that I will be putting on the channel soon, hopefully. Got a lot of stuff to edit, and I am working my butt off to get it done and rendered and everything, to get everything uploaded. So I hope that you guys have enjoyed the vlog today. I don't know if I'm going to keep doing vlogs or not. We'll see. I haven't done many, and the ones I've done haven't been amazing. Just kind of meh. But yeah, so I hope that you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys later.